What is going on? Welcome to the Cyclone Fanatic Game Day show here on all the different Cyclone Fanatic media platforms. My name is Chris Williams, and we are presented as always by our good friends at the Iowa Clinic and the Iowa Clinic Men's Center. Be a man, go to the doctor. Most importantly, take care of those flu shots, people. More important this year than ever. Huge day coming up. Iowa State, Oklahoma State, 2:30 kick. Before we get to that, though, I want to talk about the rest of the day in the Big 12. You know, that's really what number one top of mind here as we start the game day program. I think that top to bottom, this Big 12 roster of games for today might be the most evenly matched games of the season in this league. It starts with Kansas State, whatever. Any game that Kansas is in, we're going to have that opinion this year. But then you go Oklahoma, TCU. TCU's giving like 6.5 points, or they're getting that, Oklahoma's giving the points. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if TCU would win that game. Baylor at Texas. I'm on Texas pretty heavy today, but would it shock anybody if Baylor competes there? No. West Virginia, Texas Tech, I feel like are teams battling to be, that top team in the third tier of the league at this point. And then, of course, the varsity game, which is Iowa State and Oklahoma State. These teams are dead even right now. In fact, if they were to play on a neutral field, it'd probably be a pick 'em today. And let's really start to get into that, as I'm really curious as to what to expect from Oklahoma State. They've had 21 days off. Defensively, statistically, this is a better football team on the defensive end than it is on offense, which is super strange for Mike Gundy. I'm not buying it, though. 21 days off. I think they get their quarterback, Spencer Sanders, back. Gundy's going to have something up his sleeve for Iowa State today. I don't know exactly what, but this is not Mike Gundy's first rodeo here. Get it, they're the Cowboys. I think they're going to play up tempo. What you need to watch for with Oklahoma State, though, they have the skill guys on offense. It's their offensive line that's really struggled in the first few games of this year. Clearly, they've had a backup quarterback in too. But how is that Oklahoma State offensive line able to fend off Iowa State's nasty front seven on the defensive end? That's going to be a key matchup to watch. I want to point this out. Matt Campbell as an underdog. We always hear about Tom Herman. He's a wizard when his teams that he's a head coach of are underdogs. Matt Campbell now 19-9-1, I believe, since 2016 against the spread when Iowa State is an underdog, which is really an incredible number. Iowa State's like a 3.5-point underdog today, but the last 6 times these teams have played, the visiting team has covered the spread. So this has been a really even matchup during that time. I like Campbell in this spot. I'm not talking necessarily about gambling here, guys, but just in general, I think Matt Campbell fully has his team ready to play today when the Cyclones and the Cowboys kick off at 2:30. Can Iowa State keep running the football? And to me, there's really 2 keys to victory for the Cyclones today. The running game has to be it. That has really been the difference, in my opinion, this year between this Iowa State team, which I think is the best Iowa State team that I've ever covered. I truly believe that. I thought that before the season. I was truly disappointed after that first game. But since then, they've been the real deal. They've been everything that I thought they would be and more. Are they able to do that against the best defense that they have played? And that will be a major key, because what happens then is it takes the pressure off of Brock. Brock doesn't feel like he has to do anything. It opens up your tight ends. But, Iowa State really is starting to be a banged-up football team on the offensive side. We're not going to see Tariq Milton today at wide receiver. Trevor Downing is out. Joey Ramos is out. You're looking at a lot of backups playing on that offensive line. Can Iowa State continue to move forward with its offensive line and its running game behind one of the best running backs in the country in Breece Hall? That's going to be a major factor in deciding today's football game, because I can guarantee you that Chuba Hubbard is going to get his on the other side of the football for Oklahoma State. Another thing about running the football, guys, you want to eat some clock against this team. You just don't want to get into a track meet with Oklahoma State, which brings me up to really number one, and that's avoiding big plays today defensively for the Cyclones, and specifically on special teams as well. 3 special teams touchdowns have been scored against Iowa State this season. When I look at the Cyclones and the Cowboys, and I'm breaking down every inch of this football game today, I don't see a lot of difference. I think they're very even football teams. I could see this game going either way. It's totally a toss-up. What do I not want to do when my football team is playing in one of those true 50-50 toss-up games? Man, I don't want to give up a punt return. I don't want to give up a kick return. Most importantly, too, that probably won't happen. Chances are. I mean, if you're just playing the odds, that probably won't. But what you can do is Tylan Wallace gets loose, right? Or Chuba Hubbard gets loose. That's a very realistic thing to happen today. And we've seen these spread offenses over and over and over and over again. They are like a snowball, man. And once they start rolling down that hill and they get momentum, get out of the way. I don't want to give that snowball any momentum today if I'm Iowa State. The key to this football game is you don't want to get into that track meet. You want to be able to run the football, and you don't let them get that momentum. And if Iowa State does that, by golly, I think they're going to win. I'm picking the Cyclones today. Again, a true toss-up game. If it's a toss-up, I'm always picking the Clones. Going 31-27, 4-point win for the good guys. I'd like to encourage you all to join us at halftime. Matt Van Winkle will be hosting. I will be giving my analysis on the first half, and we will go to Stillwater, where Jared Stansbury is covering today's game. And then the post-game show with Rob Gray and also Jared, who obviously is in Stillwater. We'll have the Instant Reaction podcast and complete coverage. We tirelessly covered the Iowa State Cyclones for you guys. We appreciate everything. We appreciate the Iowa Clinic and the Iowa Clinic Men's Center for sponsoring today's Game Day program. As always, my name is Chris Williams. Be sure to follow us at Cyclone Fanatic on Twitter. If you're not already, subscribe to the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network. So long, guys. Have a great day, and go Cyclones.